In this video, I'm going to show you how to add a drop shadow in Photoshop quickly and easily, even if you're completely new to layer styles. This is one of the best ways to make text, shapes, and isolated images stand out from the background and give your designs a more polished, professional look. If you want to improve your Photoshop designs fast, this is a simple effect that can make a huge difference. And if this tutorial helps you out, be sure to hit like and subscribe for more Photoshop tips and easy editing tutorials. Let's jump in. First, open your project in Photoshop and look over on the right side for the Layers panel. This is where all of your text, shapes, and image layers are listed. Click the specific layer you want to add the shadow to. It could be a text layer, a shape layer, or an isolated image layer, as long as it's the element you want to lift off the background. Selecting the right layer is important because the shadow will only apply to that chosen layer. Now, there are two easy ways to open the Layer Styles menu. The first method is the quick way. Double-click on the empty space next to the layer's name. Just make sure you do not double-click directly on the name itself, because Photoshop may think you want to rename the layer instead. If you do it correctly, the layer style window will appear. The second method is to use the FX icon at the bottom of the Layers panel. Click that icon, then choose Drop Shadow from the menu. Both methods take you to the same place, so you can use whichever feels faster and more comfortable. Once the layer style window opens, look at the list on the left side and make sure Drop Shadow is checked. Click it so it becomes highlighted. That will show all of the shadow controls in the center of the window, where you can fine-tune the effect to match your design. Let's go through the main settings one by one. First is Blend Mode. For most designs, leave this set to Multiply. That gives the shadow a natural look because it blends nicely with the background. Right next to that, keep the color box set to black unless you want a more creative or stylized shadow color. Black is the standard choice because it looks realistic and works well in almost every project. Next is Opacity. This controls how dark or how transparent the shadow appears. If the opacity is too high, the shadow can look heavy and unrealistic. If it's too low, you may barely see it at all. A good starting point is usually between 30 and 50%, depending on how strong you want the effect to be. Lower opacity gives a softer, more subtle result, while higher opacity makes the shadow more noticeable. After that, adjust the angle. This controls the direction your imaginary light source is coming from. For example, if your light is coming from the top left, you'd set the angle to around 130 degrees. This helps the shadow fall in a consistent direction and makes the design feel more believable. If you're working on multiple layers and want all the shadows to match, make sure Use Global Light is turned on. That way, every shadow in your project follows the same lighting direction. Now move on to Distance. This setting controls how far the shadow sits away from the object. A smaller distance keeps the shadow close and tight, while a larger distance makes it look like the object is floating higher above the background. If you want a realistic, grounded look, keep the distance moderate. If you want a more dramatic effect, increase it a little more. Then there's Spread. This setting thickens the edges of the shadow before it starts fading out. A low spread gives you a softer, lighter edge, while a higher spread makes the shadow stronger and more solid. This is especially useful if you want the shadow to feel more defined without making it too blurry. Finally, adjust the size. This controls how blurry and diffused the shadow looks. A small size creates a sharper shadow, while a larger size makes it softer, smoother, and more realistic. In most cases, a higher size looks better for modern designs because it gives the shadow a natural fade and keeps it from looking too harsh. As you adjust these settings, watch the preview on your canvas so you can see the shadow update in real time. The best approach is to start with subtle settings and then increase them slowly until the object has just enough depth. That way, the shadow enhances your design instead of overpowering it. Once you're happy with the look, click OK to apply the drop shadow. And that's it. You've successfully added a drop shadow in Photoshop. It's a simple effect, but once you know how to control the opacity, angle, distance, spread, and size, you can use it to make almost any design look more professional. If this tutorial helped you, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another easy Photoshop guide. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.